E has a good vibration.
It does, right? Doesn't it vibrate to a certain...
It does, but I don't know.
We don't have to talk about that
No,
now.
I gotta.
You gotta focus.
Yes, thank you. Monahan.
This is for regular congregation, or regular services, not our special service. You just might want to see this.
Yes.
Okay, don't
We're
say.
just gonna do, maybe Bob will say.
But you already
Oh,
have
I'm
done
on,
it.
okay, so, I'm thinking, okay, so we're doing these tomorrow.
Yes, but you don't
You
even
have to be, I'm gonna play my originals. I think they're gonna look
I think they'll be fine. I mean, they'll get it.
Do you know who wrote it?
It's one of the, out of the Unity Book of Songs.
It's easy.
Barb, that's the time we go by? We go by that time.
Yes.
You look adorable, by the way.
Thanks.
Shoot, love them.
Now it's like, do they feel really, really good? If the answer is no, that's it.
I have, these are Bernie Mets. I have never owned a pair of high heels. I've worn them for maybe like 2 minutes to try it on. Except in the 70s I had a platform shoe, but the whole thing was, it wasn't like this. I was so tall, I was like 6 foot tall. But no, I don't go in high heels. For men, I don't care what.
No, these actually, the height of this wedge is as high as I got.
It's perfect for you. I like them. I like the bling.
Yeah, little bling.
Bling.
Gotta have some bling.
I almost wore a blingy necklace, but this one kind of matches it. First time wearing this dress, I'm so excited. This is my uniform for the season. Because it's a different church every Sunday. And I can go like this with it.
That's the good part.
Because I don't typically wear polyester either, but on Sunday mornings I do.
We love your music.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm one with God.
Oh, that's we got the Ernest. Yes, yes, yes.
I love that.
All those songs are written in a 2-year span when I was in that practitioner.
But it's just what I want to hear all the time.
So we do the 90s.
Get your mind there.
Yeah. Rewind. Get it right.
Your own mind, but it's really amazing.
Well, maybe next time I come, I can do the program. I call it Ernest. Singing the words of my song. I mean, they're my words too.
Yes, yes. Set the date and we all know.
Well, it's up to her. She's the full Barbara. 1 minute. Okay.
Thank you.
morning. Good morning, everybody. We're going to start with two songs that are not in your regular bulletin because you have me. So I have lots of different original music for you today. So can you see the words of the chorus up here? There is only one. It's there? All right. So I'm going to teach you the choruses. We smile in the same language. We all breathe the same air. We are all connected. Let's join now together in prayer. Let's try that much. We smile in the same language. We all breathe the same air. We are all connected. Let's join now together in prayer. Same melody. There is no separation. There is only one. Move from inspiration. Feel the healing that's begun. We can help each other through this life. But there is only one. When we stand together as the light, the healing has begun. We smile in the same language. We all breathe the same air. We are all connected. Let's join now together in prayer. There is no separation. There is only one. Move from inspiration. Healing that's begun. When you feel joy, I feel you. When you are suffering, I am too. But there is only one. The healing has begun. We smile in the same light. Right. We are. Yep. We are all. Let's join now together in prayer. There is no separation. There is only one. Move from inspiration. Feel the healing that's begun. So in some forms of New Thought, we say that there's really nothing to be healed, only something to be revealed. For healing is revealing, trade false beliefs for truth. And healing is the feeling as we stand in the absolute. We smile in the same language. We all breathe the same air. We are all connected. Let's join now together in prayer. There is no separation. There is only one. Move from inspiration. Feel the healing that's begun. For there is only one. Help me with this. There is only one. Beautiful job. Give yourselves a hand. Yay. And we have one more song before everything really gets started. And I think I might have done this when I was here in the fall. And I rewrote the Lord's Prayer. You know, I've had to sing the Lord's Prayer so many times at Unity. It was required, and it's like, oh, it's like not the easiest song to sing. So I rewrote it, and I turned it. What did I do with it? I turned it into a country waltz. If anybody feels like dancing, and I'm going to sing it twice, and it's a very easy melody. If you want to join in the first time, and certainly the second time. Our Father and Mother, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Same melody. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done debtors. You lead us and guide us and protect us. See, we're praying for what we want, not what we don't want, right? Let's try that line again. That's important. You lead us and guide us and protect us and deliver us from evil and error. For thine is the kingdom, and thine is the power, and thine is the glory, forever and ever. We ready to do the whole song from the top? All right, Jean. Our Father and Mother, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Doing great. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. You give us this day our daily bread. You forgive us our debts as we do our debtors. You lead us and guide us and protect us and deliver us from evil and error. For thine is the kingdom, let me hear you, and thine is the power, and thine is the glory, forever and ever, forever, forever and ever. One more of those, forever and ever. Amen. Beautiful job.
Thank you, Elaine. Should have introduced her to begin with, but we'll keep it a little secret for a little while. I am Barbara Petrillo. I am blessed to be one of your trustees, and I'd like to welcome you all to Unity Spiritual Center of Vero Beach, where our mission is teaching, loving, and inspiring people to be all they are created to be. We would like to welcome all of you here in the sanctuary and all of you that are watching online. And I'd like to personally give out a shout out to our virtual greeter, Diane Bresner, who checks in with everybody online every Sunday. And we'd like to say thank you very much, Diane, and we love you. We have some announcements. Today is our Qigong at 11:15 in the Meditation Garden. You're welcome to join. And our Summer Creative Studio is the second and fourth Friday of June, July, and August from 10 to 12 p.m. And it's basically bring whatever project that you're working on and just get together with other artistically inclined people. We have asked and talked about Sunday school teachers repeatedly because we would love to have more teachers. But we're also reaching out if you are not interested or feel you're not capable, which you probably are, of being an instructor. We're looking for assistants as well. So if that thought comes through your mind, you can see me after service or you can get in touch with the office. Saturday, June 18th, we have our new member invitation orientation class. So if you've been waiting to become a member, this is the time to sign up for that. And we would love to have you there and become a new member. If you were with us last night, you heard the music of this wonderful lady, and it was all the Beatles. We had an awesome time, great music, information about the Beatles that I didn't know about. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful event. And as she mentioned, Elaine has been here with us before, and her service is music and words. So I would like to tell you that that is our guest for today. And Elaine, if you would like to introduce our prayer chaplain.
Well, I was going to do an opening prayer, is that correct?
Opening prayer.
Yes, I'm going to do an opening prayer. Just take in the beautiful presence of this campus and each other, and we're all mirrors to each other. And so I know with every ounce of my being that there is only one power and one presence in and of the universe. It makes up everything in the seen and the unseen world and the spaces in between. It's all God. It's all Goddess. It's all source energy. It's all power, light, infinite wisdom, energy, whatever you want to call that substance. That is everything. And because spirit is all there is, I know for myself and each one here that we are individualizing expressions of this beautiful energy. God gets to be human through each one of us. God gets to experience all the senses that we have. We do that for spirit. We get to be human for that major source of all there is. And I'm so grateful to know this and to be the messenger of this truth and to be here with my Unity of Vero Beach family and to be providing the message today through music. And as I release my word to the law, I know that it does good and it comes back to me and it comes back to each one here many times over. So I allow what is, I release it, I let God, I let go, and so it is. Thank you. And I'm going to introduce our daily word reader, Edie Monahan. Come on up. Yay! Give her a hand. Yes.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with all of you. And I'll be your prayer chaplain today, and I'll be available over in the prayer corner afterwards. And if you have any prayer needs that you'd like to call into the office, there is people there who will take that from you. The reading for today is Pray for Others. In love and faith, I pray with you. I am honored to pray with others, and I am grateful when others support me in prayer. When praying hearts and minds are joined, the power of prayer is multiplied. My partners in prayer may be in the same room or far away. We may be close friends or strangers. The power of prayer transcends what mere words can express, so we need not even speak the same language. We share the heart's language of love and faith. Although the appearance of sickness, a perception of lack or insufficiency, or interpersonal discord may have prompted us to pray, we set those concerns aside as we say yes to wholeness, abundance, and harmonizing love that are blessings in our life and in every life. Again, truly I tell you, if two of you agree on earth about anything you ask, it will be done for you by my Father in heaven. That's from Matthew 18. Thank you.
we're going to meditate. We're going to have a musical meditation this morning, and it's based on one of the daily words that we're going to do this morning. Lots of daily words put to music. It's called Surrounded. Just keep in mind, the presence of God surrounds me throughout the day and night. I am surrounded by the presence of Spirit coming through. I am surrounded by the presence of the Spirit of the angels too. We are all surrounded by the presence of Spirit coming through. The surrounding arms and heart of our spirit is always there. You can tap into that source and that force. We are surrounded by the presence of Spirit coming through. It comes through in our conscious awareness. We are all surrounded by the presence of the Spirit of the angels too. We are surrounded by the presence of Spirit coming through. Light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us too. The power of God protects us as the presence of God watches over me and each one here. Feel all the open hearts and minds in these seats and out there, surrounded by the presence of Spirit, which is everywhere, at all times present. And you can call it angels too. You can call it God, Goddess, the thing itself. It is all there is. We are all surrounded. We are all surrounded. Take that into the silence just for a brief moment. We are surrounded. Come back to the room. Okay, is everybody back? Yeah, come on. So yes, that was when the daily word was surrounded one time. And today, the actual title is Daily Word Through Song. And some of you know, I talked about it a little bit last night, that
a few times a month, typically, I'm on Wednesday nights at Unity in Sarasota for their, it used to be a meditation, but when we got Reverend Susie Shadle, she plays flute. We turned it into music and inspiration. And every week when whoever plays there, you come up with 4 songs. There's 5 songs, but there's one that we always do. And whenever I'm there, I really want to do it around whatever the daily word is. That's the whole theme of the evening. Whatever the daily word is, that's what the little talk is on by who's ever doing the ministering. And it's been so inspirational because some of these words I never would have thought about writing a song to them, and I have. I could do this program probably 3 or 4 times. I have so many different songs. And so I'm going to read you one of the daily words. The rest of them I'll talk a little bit, and we're just going to do the affirmation. So the first one I want to talk about it was February 3rd last year, 2021, and the daily word was protected. And the affirmation, is it up there? I feel protected by the presence of God expressing through others. Can we say that? I feel protected by the presence of God expressing through others. So, we're going to say it again later. Challenging or lonely times might leave me struggling to feel the presence of God. In moments when I find myself besieged with fear or anxiety, I help myself by calling upon the power of my faith. With faith, I quicken my belief that the presence of God is within me and all people. I pay close attention to signs of the divine in the world. Life's an interpretation, Keep close attention to the signs of divinity everywhere, such as people helping others through service and generosity. I am grateful for those times when someone came to my aid, lots of times. I feel safe knowing God is within all loving impulses towards service and help. I see evidence of the divine when I look to others. I remember that the kingdom of God is all around me and I feel protected. So let's say, is the affirmation up there? Let's say it together. I feel protected by the presence of God expressing through others. And so I have a song that I wrote called Protected. And I wanted to share something with you that, I don't know if all songwriters do this, but, everything is sacred, nothing is sacred. So just because I wrote a song called Surrounded doesn't mean I can't use some of those same words in a song called Protected. So if you were listening, there's a lot of the same words. But what I did was for Protected, and I turned it into kind of a metaphysical Buddy Holly song. I am protected by the presence of the Spirit coming through as you. Does that sound familiar? I am protected by the presence of the Spirit of the angels too. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me too. The power of God protects me as the presence of God watches over me. I quicken my belief with the faith of God as the presence watches over me. I am stricken with relief as I witness joy coming through your heart as me. Standing in appreciation as I feel the hand of God in mine. Commanding as a co-creation, 'cause I know that it is all divine. For God is all there is. God is everywhere, expressing the spirit of the angels too, of the spirit of divine in you and me and everything. Okay, let's do that affirmation one more time. I feel protected by the presence of God expressing through others. Can you feel it? No? Yeah, life is a mirror. So I wanted to just talk a little bit about Martha Smock. Does anybody know that name? Are you familiar with her? She was the editor of the Daily Word magazine for over 35 years. I'm just going to give you a little bit of information about her. She began with Unity at an early age. Her mother was a close friend of the founders of Unity, Charles and Myrtle. And Mrs. Smock attended classes taught by Charles Fillmore, and after her college years, she was invited to join the staff at Unity School and as a letter writer in Silent Unity. And she subsequently served as an instructor in the letter writing department, and in 1944, she was named editor of the Daily Word, which was first published in 1924. And she was also the writer of 3 books on healing after she healed herself of cancer. So what she says about the Daily Word is that it's, quote, a magazine of today. Due to our close association with Silent Unity, we are aware of the needs being expressed through prayer requests and correspondence. We endeavor to meet these needs through the Daily Word messages, and she continues. Many, many readers continue to comment on how remarkable it is that each message seems to be speaking directly to their special situation. And she ends with, Daily Word is what it was intended to be in the beginning. It serves as a daily reminder that nothing is hopeless or impossible, and reaffirms that we are spiritual beings who can meet any situation happily, effectively, and constructively, because life is an interpretation, so we can see the same things or different things. So I'm going to move on to the light of God that showed up one night. It was the light of God was the Daily Word. So is that affirmation up there? Okay, so let's do that. I am the light of God expressing. Isn't that cool? Yes, we are. And we're the power of God and the presence of God and the energy of God and the joy of God. We're all that, expressing individually as each one. So I made this song. This song is very old. In 2003, I was driving through, I was going up to Gainesville, and I stopped in Tampa. I used to have a good friend that lived in, she's still a good friend, but she used to live in Tampa. And she was always just so, everything is wonderful, and la la la, and great. But this was the first time I saw her in a snit, right? And she was all upset, because here's why she was upset, because she ate sugar. And then she caught herself, which is nice. Sometimes we fall and then we get up, right? And through contrast, and she saw that, and she said, but I know I am the light of the living God. I am the light of God, the light of the living God. So I thought, yes, you are. And I never actually heard it expressed like that. So I left her and I went up to Gainesville, and on the ride up there, I wrote this song. I wrote all the words, and then when I got to Gainesville, well, actually Alachua, my friend Madeline, who I used to live with, she has been a muse for me. So many times I'm sitting there writing songs, and she's just there witnessing. And so she sat there with me, and I got the melody. So it goes like this. I am the light of the living God. Spirit moves through me. You are the light of the living God, and joy is our destiny. I am the love of a giving God. Spirit moves through me. You are the love of a giving God, and peace is our destiny. I'm traveling through eternity, unraveling in my humanity. The darkest night and the deepest pain bring me back to myself again. of the living God. Spirit moves through me. You are the light of the living God. Joy is our destiny. I'm traveling through eternity, unraveling in my humanity. The darkest night and the deepest pain bring me back to myself again and again and again and again, again and again and again and again. We forget, then we remember. We forget, then we remember. We forget, then we remember the truth of who we really are. I am the light of the living God. Spirit moves through me. You are the light of the living God. Joy is our destiny. Peace is our destiny. And love is our ecstasy. Can we do the affirmation? I am the light of God expressing. You can clap now if you want. It's like a little concert, little mini concert. And it's so much fun for me to do this. I don't want to be a normal musician. I want to present and perform for conscious people and have that go out and ripple into the world and get more conscious people. So I'm going to move on, and the next daily word is resilience. Resilience. Is it up there? Yes. Okay, let's go. I am adaptable and resilient. So some of you who know me know that I used to have an adopted Jewish mom, Elaine. She lived in New Jersey, and then she moved to Sarasota for part of the year, and I used to stay with her in the summer up there, and I got to see her a lot. And she was just a wonderful presence in my life, very wise. We adopted each other as spiritual mother and daughter in the late 90s. And so one day I was there, and I was crying about something. There was some kind of situation that I wasn't accepting, right? So she was from the Bronx. So she says to me, adapt and adjust. You have to adapt and adjust. And so, okay, and I took that in. I do. I listen to people, especially if I'm crying to them. And it made sense, yeah. Adapt and adjust, like in the Serenity Prayer. Adapt and adjust. So then a couple of years later, I was up there staying with her, and something really awful happened between her and one of her children. And it was pretty unthinkable what happened. And she was very upset. She was crying, and there wasn't really anything I could do except just love her. And every morning I used to make coffee, and she loved that. She'd come downstairs and her coffee would be ready. And so I was making the coffee the next morning, and she came downstairs, and I gave her a hug, and she loved hugging. I gave her a hug, and I said, "How are you?" She goes, "I'm just going to have to adapt and adjust." She takes her own advice. How great is that? She walks the talk, and she talks the walk. So this little song came up. It's called Adapt and Adjust. It's a little song, and it goes, adapt and adjust, adjust and adapt. Acceptance is the key. Adapt and adjust, adjust and adapt. Acceptance for you and me. God grants me the serenity and courage to make a change. God grants me the wisdom to know when to play that game. Adapt and adjust, adjust and adapt. Acceptance is the key. Try that part. Adapt and adjust, adjust and adapt. Acceptance is the key. Adapt and adjust, adjust and adapt. Acceptance for you and me. Let's try that one. Adapt and adjust, adjust and adapt. Acceptance for you and me. God grants me the serenity and courage to make a change. God grants me the wisdom to know when to play that game. Come on. Adapt and adjust, adjust and adapt. Acceptance is the key. Adapt and adjust, adjust and adapt. Acceptance for you and me. Acceptance is the key. Acceptance is the key. Acceptance is the key. One more time. Acceptance is the key. Yay! Good job. Oh, let's do the affirmation. I am adaptable and resilient. It's true. It's true. It's true. Some of the stuff I'm sure a lot of us have been through. Aren't we grateful for resilience? And to know that we can build resilience. It's a choice. We get to choose the way our thoughts are steered and which thoughts are going to give us the results that we want, or if we want to focus on what we don't want. Again, it's just the law of, what is that? The law of, which one? Well, you could say that, but it's the law of attraction. We attract. That's like one of the sort of mother umbrella laws, and above that is the law of vibration. So how we're vibrating. And our thoughts create our feelings. Sometimes we think that, oh, I got this feeling, and then we start thinking, well, it's probably from an unconscious thought. And a really good thing to do is to have a little conversation with your feelings and find out what it is. Here's the big question. I just learned this 20 years ago. It just came back into my consciousness. The question of, what do I need to know? Not what do I need to do? What do I need to know? And how do I take responsibility? So that helps our resilience. And then we get to forgive ourselves and others. It's perfect. All right, we're moving on. So, some of these songs came on the bicycle because when COVID hit, I was going to Pilates reformer classes at the YMCA, and they closed. It's like, what am I going to do? So we dug my bicycle out, and I had ridden it maybe 5 times in 20 years, and got it out, and we took it to the bike place, and this was early on. Do you remember when COVID first happened and you couldn't get your bike fixed because everybody else was getting there? I was one of the first, because I did used to ride a lot. I used to bring my bike with me on the road. So I got back into the habit of riding my bike for an hour every morning, and I'm an early riser. So many sunrises I rode into, and I'm alone, right? I'm alone, and I can just, it's like meditating on the bicycle. And we also have a lot of people with dogs who walk their dogs, and we have a beautiful park in Sarasota called Arlington Park, and it's got a little half-a-mile trail, and I got a bell, ding-a-ling, if I'm coming in, and it's like, good morning, no mask because I'm outside, and so I'm on my bike, I'm being seen, and I'm being heard. Oh, what a cute dog, it's just like really fun to be friendly, and to help create community. So this is one of the songs that was written on the bike, because the daily word that week, whatever week that was a word called breakthrough. You guys know about that word? Well, yesterday when I was driving here, I was hydroplaning. I hydroplaned. There was so much rain coming here. And luckily for me, I'm an excellent driver. I used to drive school bus. I'm a road warrior. And so, I would just go slower, and just take my, but then, it would rain, it would not rain, it would rain, it would not rain. And then I started looking for rainbows. It's like, there's got to be rainbow up here, and then I started to make up a little song. It's, you can't have a rainbow without any rain. And it's barely a breakthrough without any pain. That's all I got so far. But this idea of a breakthrough, because you can have a breakthrough. You can have like, oh, I had an epiphany and this happened and I got this awareness. But most of the time when we get to a different paradigm, typically it's after a breakdown. And then what happens at a breakdown? Then we have a chance to break through. We hit bottom, we break through, and there's a new ceiling. So this is about that, and it's called breakthrough. And I couldn't find that daily word. I couldn't find the affirmation, so I just made up. A breakthrough is often followed by a breakdown. Is that how I have it up there? Do I have it the opposite? I know, I messed up. No, I have it here. A breakdown is often followed by a breakthrough. That's what it says? Okay. Okay, I'm in my right brain. And some of you know, maybe, some of you know that I used to be married to an oldies DJ. It was a 7-year process. And as a result of those 7 years, I have embodied doo-wop. There was a breakdown in my expectations with a face frown. I was feeling desperation, looking for that shiny pearl. Then I found my inner world, deep inside and through. So finding that inner world. And as I entered sacred space and feeling centered in this place, there was a breakthrough, revealing what is true, a sacred breakthrough. I've got a new point of view. There was a breakthrough, breaking through and through. There was a breakdown. Everything went wrong, and with a face frown, I began to write this song, looking for that shiny pearl. Then I found my inner world, deep inside and through. And as I entered sacred space, feeling centered in this place, there was a breakthrough, revealing what is true, a sacred. I got a new point of view. There was a breakthrough, breaking through and through. There's some confusion, this seeming limitation. It's just an illusion, the sense of separation. We're always changing and growing into more. Life's a rearranging metaphor. It took a shakedown to bring me back to me. This latest breakdown has really set me free. Talk about a different perspective, right? Breakdown set me free. 'Cause I found my inner world. I'm a radiating shiny pearl, deep inside and through. As I enter sacred space, feeling centered in this place, there was a breakthrough, revealing what is true, a sacred breakthrough. I got a new point of view. I found a breakthrough, breaking through and through. There was a breakthrough. I am knowing what is true, a sacred breakthrough. I got a new point of view. I am a breakthrough, and you are too. Breaking through and through, breaking through and breaking through and through. Okay. When I finally record, that's going to have saxophone in it and everything. So let's do that. Let's do that affirmation one more time. A break is often followed by a breakthrough. That's right. Okay. Yeah, right. So the next one, excuse me, is guidance. Guidance. And the affirmation, is it here? All right, let's try it. I follow the guidance of my heart. And in this, I guess, sort of the late summer of 2020, there was the idea of that we should have empathy for each other within the news. And it's true. It's a good idea to have empathy, to see things from other people's perspective, because it's all us anyway. And, you know, I love that idea that I am that I am. Whatever we see is a reflection of us. Life is our mirror. Life's getting clearer. It may not always give us what we want, but it always gives us who we are. Right? That's me. So doesn't it make it much easier to be forgiving? You know, that's me. Oh yeah, that's something. I wouldn't see it if it wasn't in me too. So this is about empathy, and it's called Feel Into Your Heart. You know, the heart really knows. The heart, we're finding out the heart has its own brain. And then there's heart and mind resonance, and it's powerful when we can harness that together. So, if we put our hand on our heart, feel into the heart. Have a little empathy, have a little sympathy, feel into your heart. That's where our divinity reaches through infinity when we feel into the heart. Now is the time for the changes to be made, right from wherever we are. What we hold in mind brings about in kind when we feel into the sacred heart. Have a little empathy, have a little sympathy, feel into your heart. That's where our divinity reaches through infinity when we feel into the heart. The heart knows the way, it's the truth and the light. It's our guiding star deep within. The mind tells us what, the heart gives us why. No better time than now to begin to have a little empathy, have a little sympathy, feel into your heart. That's where our divinity reaches through infinity when we feel into the heart. When we feel into the heart, when we feel into the sacred heart. Take a deep breath and feel that. The empathy and the compassion and the conscious awareness that we can choose to have and speak in compassionate languaging. So, let's do our affirmation one more time for guidance. I follow the guidance of my heart. So, there's one more song for the program. This was when the daily word was enthusiasm. I like enthusiasm. And so, this whole song was written on the bike, and I'm singing, I'm riding, I'm singing. And I have a group that, well, I used to live in West Palm. We lived there for 4 years for my husband's job. And it was a really nice life there. And there was a whole group of women, and we used to meet once a month, and then when COVID happened, And we started meeting on Zoom every week, and we're still meeting on Zoom every week. What a wonderful group. So there's a woman, Reverend Sandy Marchman, and she's a Science of Mind minister. And she gets on the call, and she has that kind of a voice too, kind of like Elaine, my mom. And she says, gratitude invokes the law of increase, right? And that's the law of attraction again. I'm like, that's right. And I'm like, but I never heard it like exactly like that. I write it down. And I ended up with a little country song. When this gets recorded, it'll have fiddle in it. And it's called Lifted and Feeling Free. Well, we're enthusiastic. We're lifted, and in order to exclaim enthusiasm, we have to have a sense of freedom. Like, what you think of me is none of my business. I'm happy, as long as I'm not hurting anybody. Why? Gratitude invokes the law of increase. Gratitude brings me inner peace. I'm knowing this truth enthusiastically. I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. Let's do the affirmation. Enthusiasm energizes me. Let's do it with enthusiasm. Here we go. Enthusiasm energizes me. Yes, it does. Joy invokes the law of increase. Focus on the good intent and then release. I am lifted and I'm feeling free. I'm loving my life enthusiastically. Love invokes the law of increase. Loving myself brings me inner peace. And knowing this truth enthusiastically, I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. Kindness invokes the law of increase. Do unto others is the sacred peace. I'm knowing this truth enthusiastically. I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. Try that part. I'm lifted. I'm lifted and I'm feeling. One more time for me. I'm lifted and I'm feeling. It comes around a bunch more times later. Willingness invokes the law of increase. Focus on the good intent and then release. I am lifted and I'm feeling free. I'm living my life enthusiastically. Gratitude invokes the law of increase. Gratitude brings me inner peace. I'm knowing this truth enthusiastically. I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. I'm knowing this truth enthusiastically. I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. And I'm on the bike going, I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. Join me. I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. Let me hear you. Bigger, come on. Yes, one more. I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. And the affirmation, enthusiasm energizes me. Yes, yes, yes. All right, good, good, good. So we're going to move into that special time in the service where we get to share our gifts. So, please take your gift or intention and join in the offertory prayer. Okay. Are we ready? Almost? Here we go. You can if you didn't get it out yet, you can just hold it in your mind. Here we go. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And we say, thank you, God. And so our ushers, Kay and Tammy, will be receiving your offering. And this is the song I made for the offering. It goes like this. God is my source. All my needs are met. I am grateful. Try that. God is All my needs are met, and I am grateful one more time. God is my source. All my needs are met, and I am grateful. All my needs are met. All my needs are met. All my needs are met. All my needs are met, and I am grateful. I am grateful. Let me hear you. I am grateful. One more time. I am grateful. All right. Beautiful. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to bless the offering, but I'll do it from here. I'll do it from here. Unity of Vero Beach is a thriving, wonderful community, and I see our gifts in time, talent, treasure going forth to increase the love and the abundance and the wonderful way of being in Unity of Vero Beach. It's so powerful and so beautiful here. And I say this blessing with great, great gratitude as I release my word to the law, allowing it to be. It is done. It is so, and so it is. Okay. So I guess now we're going to do the peace song. So do we stand for this? Okay. Thank you, everybody. This has been wonderful. Can I come back every week? Are we ready? Surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Okay, thank you, everybody.